Ek praat nou met Antoinette Slabbert, 'n sakejoernalis by Rapport. Chris Yelland, die energiekenner, sluit ook by ons aan via Skype. Antoinette, ek wil by jou begin. Hierdie mylpaal wat nou bereik is met Medupi, wat is dan nou wel klaar? Ons weet, ons kom nou daarby, dat alles nie klaar is nie. Wat is wel klaar?
Waldemar, ek dink wat 'n mens moet besef is, hoe werk die proses van afteken van so 'n projek? Dis eintlik wat gebeur het. Daar's gebou aan hom, die eenhede is een vir een aangeskakel soos hulle klaar gekom het en getoets en gedoen, en dan kom jy op 'n punt waar die konstruksiespan dit oorgee aan die kragopwekkingsspan wat hom dan nou permanent moet bedryf. En daai oorhandiging het nou plaasgevind van die totale kragstasie, wat sekere implikasies inhou. Jy aanvaar nie jou huis wat klaar gebou is van die bouer, as jy nie tot 'n sekere punt tevrede is nie. Dan is daar 'n retensielys agterna, klein goetertjies wat nog reggemaak moet word. Maar daai basiese oorhandiging en die aanvaarding van die konstruksieproses, dit het nou gebeur en al 6 eenhede werk nou soort van.
Okay, so a sort van. Chris, you're laughing already. You said that Eskom made too much of a big deal over this milestone. When will Medupi really be done? What needs to be done before then?
Well, there's a number of design defects that need to be rectified, reworked, as well as execution defects. And we're told that that could take another 2 years. But further than that, there are the so-called flue gas desulfurization plants that have to be installed on this power station. These are retrofitted. Provision has been made for them, but they should have been basically complete within a year or so. But because of the delays to the whole project, they're only going to be complete by 2030. Now, in fact, this so-called flue gas desulfurization plant, which is a pollution control measure, has not even been ordered yet, let alone construction started or completed. And it's a project value of about 40 billion rand. So I think you can see it's a pretty big part of the total. And as I say, it's only going to be completed by 2030.
Goed, en tog, Antoinette, nuwe megawatt gaan begin om te vloei in die netwerk in nou of binnekort, reg?
Ek dink nie dis heeltemal so nie. Na mate hierdie eenhede klaargemaak is hulle aangeskakel. So, kom ons sê eenheid 6 was die eerste een wat klaargemaak is. Hy is toe aangeskakel vir 'n klompie maande, het die eenheid gewerk, so aan en af, soos wat hulle hom toets, en wanneer hy gewerk het, was daai krag beskikbaar vir die netwerk. En toe kom ons op 'n dag wat daai eenheid kommersieel in bedryf gestel is, toe het hy die hele tyd gewerk as hy gehou het, jy weet, as hy goed genoeg bedryf is. So, nou het al 6 eenhede al vir 'n ruk gewerk. Dis nie soos 'n lig wat jy skielik aanskakel, dit was donker en nou is dit lig nie.
So ons moenie dink dis nou die einde van beurkrag of iets soos dit nie.
Nee, die bydrae wat Medupi maak het al gaande in werking gekom. Dit is nou al vir 'n rukkie daar.
Chris, initially Medupi was due to be completed in 2014-2015 and there have been huge cost overruns. What has been the impact of the cost overruns and the corruption that has been well documented? What has been the impact of that on electricity prices that we pay today?
Well, certainly, if you were to look at the increases in electricity prices over the years, they coincide, these major increases that have occurred have coincided with the step-by-step completion of Medupi and Kusile power stations. So they have played a very big part. And as we know, it's not completed yet, but this project has effectively brought Eskom to its knees financially. Eskom is sitting with a debt of over 400 billion rand right now. And the total cost of Medupi and Kusile, the so-called estimated cost to completion, is in the region of 450 billion rand in total. So you can kind of see that Eskom's financial position is directly linked to the Medupi and Kusile power plants, and the price increases that we faced are also directly linked to that.
Okay, but Chris, we did need additional capacity, didn't we?
Yeah, we needed it in 2014, 2015. And we still actually need it now, because although these new generation units from Medupi are coming on slowly, step by step, and we must acknowledge that it is an important milestone that has been reached, but it's not the final milestone. It's one of the many milestones along the way. This is the problem that I have with that Eskom media release. It gives the impression, if you read the title of that media release, that the project is complete. The project is actually not complete. It is, as you see there, sort of complete.
Antoinette, daar was jou presiese woorde ook. Dit is interessant met Medupi wat soveel later voltooi word as wat beplan is ons ook nader nou aan 'n nuwe bedeling van energieopwekking. Eskom in Suid-Afrika verbind hulle albei tot baie ambisieuse mikpunte vir groen krag en hernubare krag vorentoe. Wat gaan die impak van hierdie politieke verbintenisse, die politieke beloftes oor skoon lug wees op nuwe steenkoolkragsentrale soos Medupi en Kusile wat nou amper lyk soos dinosourusse en hulle is nog nie eens klaar nie?
Ja, die bekommernis is dat op die ou end gaan hierdie kragstasie wat nou in bedryf kom, wat 'n leeftyd van 50 jaar behoort te hê uit 'n ingenieursoogpunt, jy weet, hy's ontwerp vir 50 jaar, dat hy eintlik op die ou end 'n wit olifant kan word. Want die druk op alle lande in die wêreld raak al hoe groter om skoon energie te produseer. En 'n land kan gestraf word, en ons is nie baie ver daarvandaan nie, dat maatskappye wat produkte wil uitvoer en gebruik maak van vuil energie, dit wat uit van steenkool en fossiel brandstof kom, dat hulle gestraf gaan word wanneer hulle uitvoer. So ons kan op 'n punt kom waar ons alternatiewe het wat moontlik goedkoper is dan, en ons slaan dan liewer oor na die ander tegnologieë toe wat skoner is, om daai straf boetes met die uitvoer te voorkom. Dit is 'n werklike moontlikheid.
Okay, Chris, so it might be that we are hit somewhere down the line by these penalties, but the technology employed at Medupi and Kusile is newer technology, right, than at our older coal-fired power stations. These are much cleaner, aren't they, than the sister and brother power stations around the country?
They're not really cleaner. They are more efficient in the sense that they produce more electricity for a certain amount of coal burned. So somewhat less coal is burned per unit of electricity generated into the grid. But these units are still very, very dirty, and it's to do with the type of coal that is burned. The coal that is burned at Medupi has got a very high sulfur content, exceptionally high. And this leads to a pollution known as sulfur dioxide, which is a gas that goes up the chimney. And Medupi, at the moment, has no flue gas desulfurization plant to take this poisonous gas out of the flue gas. And really, there are suggestions, even coming from Eskom, that they would like not to install this flue gas desulfurization. You know, already the emissions from Medupi, because they don't have flue gas desulfurization, are much higher than the legal limits in South Africa. And the only way they can continue operating is to get an exemption from the law. And they will not comply with the law until at least the flue gas desulfurization is installed in 2030. And in fact, Eskom have applied for exemptions from the law even beyond 2030. So these are far from clean. They are coal is not a clean technology, and the coal that is burnt at Medupi is amongst the worst of the coal.
Chris, Antoinette, baie dankie. Na die advertensies praat ons oor die omstrede minister van Gesondheid, Dr. Zweli Mkhize. Bly ingeskakel.